Hey gang, welcome back. I'm here again, another Meepology moment when we're talking with a great new game that's out, been developed, and we have the designer here. I'd like to introduce Mike Trias. He's with Koalatie Games, and I'll bring us back up so you can see us both. The name of the game is UPSTAGED, and I had the great pleasure of, again, one of those things, right, Mike, where you're presenting at Gen Con and had the chance to try it out because that was a great weekend of doing just that. And we had a great time. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Really good. Thank you, man, for joining us. We appreciate it. What I want to kind of do is jump through as we launch these videos, really focused on not so much as game reviews, but more reason why somebody should bring it to the table for new gamers. And that's really the focus on what we're doing with Meepology. The whole concept is really to create a way to maximize a positive gaming experience for gamers and new gamers. So when I had a chance to play your game, it was one that spot on. It hit a number of different elements and characteristics, which I'll jump into in a minute. But why don't you first take a minute to introduce yourself, the game, and we'll go from there.
Okay, like I said, I'm Mike, and our company is Koalatie Games, and our first game that we put out on Kickstarter last year is called UPSTAGED. It's a 2 to 4 player game, so it comes in this small box, but it expands to a big box or a bigger stage like this by just putting in the cardboard cards. But you are a judge on a music TV show like American Idol or The Voice or whatever, and you're trying to form a trio. Yeah, exactly. So best way to form a trio is to get 4 people on your team and then cut one out. So by the end of the game, the person with the highest scoring team wins. And it goes, we put 14 and up on the box because we didn't know how low down it would play. We don't have much opportunity to play with kids, to test with kids on a mass scale, but we've found that
it worked for this kid.
That's exactly. But what our goal is as Koalatie Games is, one of them is to have new gamers come into the fold, especially ones that may not feel like it's accessible to them. There's a lot of really cool themed games like space and dragons and all this stuff that like I like, probably you like a lot of them too, but not everybody likes them. Like it may not appeal as much to other demographics.
Or they're just not ready. If they're new gamers, they're not really experienced enough to jump into something like that too, which is why we're talking about it. Yeah.
And even people like me, people of color that don't really see this hobby market. So what we did was we tried to make it as accessible as possible with brighter, simpler artwork, which we market tested a little bit more. Usually with music, it was easy to do the silhouette, so you could imagine yourself in the game instead, or anybody else you want without color, without even gender if you want, and just a simple concept. So with this game in particular, and with the games that we're trying to do, is we always have an easy mode and then something that you could just kind of flip a few switches and it turns it into a more strategic kind of gameplay that you have to think a lot more. And we do that by literally flipping a few cards and changing the bonus structure of the game in UPSTAGED.
Well, I tell you, I mean, you, as well as you got into it really well when he showed us the game, and again, we had a chance playing it at Gen Con, and I want to go a little further on it because I think the game is spectacular when it comes to the opportunity for new gamers when they step into it to really see. I mean, you actually don't play the box. The box strategy on it is fantastic. I mean, you literally turn the game, the box into the game. And in a minute, I know you can show us kind of a quick thing with it's on Tabletop Simulator as well as Tabletopia, right?
Yeah, it's free on Tabletopia, so you could try it out.
There you
just
go.
have to learn how to use it.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I mean, so a couple of things that came out of it, and then he'll jump in and show it, is that the thematic piece of this I've always talked about, and the folks who know with Meepology specifically, is that if you can bring some kind of theme that reference for folks to understand, like, you said, it's kind of like Voice or one of the, major TV shows, that gives a point of reference, which is awesome, right? It has some competitiveness in it, which is good, not too much fun competitiveness, but it's there to kind of introduce that as well. I guess I could go on and on about the table presence, the colors and everything you talked about. Fantastic, man. It really is, because you walk in and go, whoa, what's this? I got to see it, whether you're at a con or certainly if somebody set it up at a table, right? To come on over and let's play, and like, what is this game? very cool
Yeah.
as well. Quick to learn. Didn't take us long. I could, you know, our model is if you can't learn it in 2 to 3 turns, it's not for the table, right? For new gamers, much less folks that want to get in a good match. And then lastly, it's chance over strategy, which I thought was interesting. When I looked at that, I go, well, there is maybe a little bit, but truth of the matter is, man, there's a lot of, you know, chance spinning by what cards you get and everything. So for a new gamer, you don't have to feel like, oh my God, you know, this guy's played it 80 times and he's going to crush me, right? It's not that way. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, you're correct. But when you do turn it over to the strategy mode, and if you have played it like 80 times,
Yeah,
more than likely you know the strategy, so or
exactly.
you know some of the strategies, so you'll probably win.
Yeah, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. To keep playing it, man. Right? Well, I think that's the last point I was making is that Koalatie Games actually has that kind of rehearsal mode. I think you call it, right? And then
Correct.
performance mode. Yeah,
Yes.
and rehearsal mode is that easy mode where they don't have to feel intimidated by the game to play it. I love that strategy, and I love that implementation of the game as well. The last thing I thought was interesting is that it was simple math. We do believe, especially you know, folks that are maybe a little more extroverts, less analytical, that want to play a game, less math is beautiful as well too. So for those type of folks with that character or personality trait, that's cool too. Simple math makes it easy for everybody, and I think that's cool. You said you had to want to show it, just a quick turn on it. You have that up?
Yeah, I'll share my screen and I'll show
Awesome.
you what's up. So, can you see this right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, this is upstaged, and as you could see, this is the board right here. This center part is the box, and you could spin it around. So
Which is a mechanism in the game, right?
Yeah, that's the mechanism.
Yeah.
So you put the artists on stage and they join your team. To make it a more strategic game, you can see there's 2 runways here. You just flip over the cards, not actual box, but in this one you flip over the box or the whole board, and it's got now 3 runways. And also the bonus structure changes. If you see on the upper part, it says rehearsal mode. There's just 2 types of bonuses.
Live TV.
And then, yeah, live TV, they all stack. So there's 5 types. So the analytics become a lot more crazy. And you've got just the 3 kind of, or the 2 suits at the bottom and the points in the middle. But then you start matching up the suits, make poker hands like straights and all that stuff. And in game, you're starting to really think. And yeah, that's about it. So
yeah, that's fantastic. And I think that's the point about the presence of this game. Now you get a chance to see it. If you can look at it, is that box in the center, everything kind of tucks underneath. You can spin the whole thing right on the table.
Exactly.
Moves well. And certainly it's, you know, this is one of those games where, you know, Tabletopia and Tabletop Simulator is great to understand it, but nothing like the real thing, touchy-feely, right? And bringing that game out for sure. So
yeah, there's nothing like actually taking the box, assembling it, and twisting it.
Yeah,
so
get it done. Awesome. Cool. Well, what we'll do is, like I said, these are quick segments. I appreciate your time coming on and kind of presenting everybody. How does people get a hold of you or get a chance to purchase it, give it a try, obviously, give the information out?
Well, you could go to koalatie.com. Let's see. Like this.
Oh, we'll put it right here in the bottom too, so we'll see it. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or koalatiegames.com. You could purchase it directly from us. You could go to Amazon as well. I ship it out just myself from Amazon.
Okay.
We were trying to work on a retail plan right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were able to ship the Kickstarter before COVID hit. We shipped it 6 months early, actually.
Ooh, dang, nice, man.
Yeah.
Like some of the big guys right now, that's for sure. Trying to get their game out. Yeah.
But we're working on our next game, Icon, which has the same concepts, music, accessible themes. A little bit bigger box game, but we'll try to price it to the market, if not lower. Good luck with that, right?
Right. Well, the folks can definitely check it out. They go to your website because there's a couple things on there too, which is awesome. It's the old turntable, right? Look and everything. So, dude, I love your graphical, your concepts and interface. I think it's a fabulous design and a way to interact with gamers for sure.
And we need playtesters. So come to the site, sign up to be a playtester.
Sign it up. Right. Yeah. And you can, how they reach you to do that? Just go right to the site, or how
just
they
go to the website, and there's links there. Become a playtester or at the front page. So
cool. Yeah. And how much is the game right now for the Upstaged?
Upstaged is $20, just straight up, shipping included in the U.S., but you know around the world it's shipping not included. Yeah. So free shipping in the U.S.
Great price point, man. Perfect. Okay. Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and jump on this and show us your game. We're excited to see it and how well it'll be included into the whole concept of bringing new gamers to the table. So thanks so
Yeah.
much for your time.
Hey, thank you very much for having us on. So
You're welcome. Take care.